Hey, good morning or good afternoon, everybody. This is Rachel Jackson, the founder of The Classy Networker, and I have been inundated with a lot of comments well over the last weekend and over the last couple of weeks and really actually years, because it seems to be a common trend in the industry. And people come to me and they say, what do I do? My upline, my support team, my leader, whatever, the higher ups in the company are completely against building on social media. You know, they say, hey, I want to do what you do. I want to reach the people that you're reaching. But my business partners are not for it. So I want to talk to you guys today about really the right way to do social media, what to do if that's happening to you or somebody that you know. And if you're watching this right now, you're in the network marketing industry, I'm going to ask you to click share. Click share. And if I see you guys sharing, I'm going to give you a little bit of a shout out because I really appreciate you guys sharing this content and value to others. Now, I want to share with you guys briefly my story in the industry because it hasn't always been riches to riches. No, it was rags to riches. So I do want to share, for the first 4.5 years in this industry, I did my business completely offline. So when I got started at 21, I had a list of 81 names, and you can imagine that I probably got through those names very quickly. And oh, hey Jesse, thank you so much for the share. I appreciate that. And so I was cold calling professionals for my service that I had. I added to myself to all the different networking events. So I went to, BNIs, I went to Chamber of Commerce's, LaTip, and I was a little networking bee. And being an introvert, guys, I gotta tell you, that freaking terrified me. If you're an introvert in network marketing, please comment one below. Please, I want to just connect with you, my fellow introverted people. I am not the girl to talk to the guy next to me at Starbucks. I'm not the girl to, have a conversation with somebody on the plane. In fact, I was, on a plane yesterday, and my husband, hey Kim, another introvert, I didn't want to talk to the person next to us. That's just not in my nature. I have to push myself to create conversations. I'm such a bad network marketer. So anyways, what an interesting field to get in as an introvert, but you can make money as an introvert in network marketing, and you can make money online. So I did all the offline stuff. I called friends, I did home parties, I did all of that. And somewhere around 2009, I knew that I had to get in front of more people. I knew that the difference of where I was and where I wanted to go had a lot to do with the amount of people that I was getting connected with. And guys, if you feel that you know somebody that needs this video, click share below. I'll give you a shout out if you guys share, okay? If I see that coming through, I'll do my best to see everybody as it's going nuts. So I got online. I was at a great recommendation from a friend named David Fry. Shout out to my boy Dave. He's amazing, been a mentor of mine for many years. He suggested that I go and I start researching and following some of these gurus online. So I got online, I started buying the courses with my husband's recommendations, and I started making videos, and I started building a fan page, and I started doing article marketing and blogging and everything that was really new back in 2009 in the home-based business space. And it built me up a nice little base of a following that as I went on my network marketing journey, joined a new company, I was actually able to see great success because I had built my list. And in fact, now looking back over the past 6 years, I've enrolled well over 700 customers and distributors into my teams, personally enrolled into my organizations over the last 6 years using social media, using the internet. And so I want to share with you guys that if you are building online right now, or have the desire to, or if you're in a company that maybe hasn't yet come into that new school philosophy of leveraging social media, guys, there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do it. And if you're dealing with some blowback from your support team, I know that this is kind of like a sketchy topic, hey guys, welcome. I know it's a little bit controversial because it's tender. I'm here using, I'll use Bob Heilig's example. He's your virtual upline, right? Shout out to my friend Bob. I'm here as kind of like a virtual support, right? I'm here to share with you, to talk about some of the topics that people don't want to discuss. And one of them is, this is tender because I don't want to disregard the strategy, the mentorship, and the advice that you're getting from your support team. I am not here to, come in between you and your upline, all right? I just want to talk to you guys where this is coming from. So there's a couple of different things I think that happens here. Number one is there's fear. There's fear in the unknown. There's fear because they're like, a lot of people, they have no idea. They have no idea the power of social media. They're afraid because maybe as an upline, maybe as somebody who had some seasoned experience in the industry, they've never built online. And so they don't know what that looks like. They're afraid that you're going to fail. They're afraid you're going to be disappointed. They're afraid because, maybe it's going to create confusion in the organization, or they believe it'll create confusion because it's not aligned with their offline system. A lot of it also has to do with ignorance. Hey guys, welcome. Share this video if you know somebody who needs to hear this topic. If they are getting some blowback from their upline of building online, we need to talk. Listen to what's coming out of my mouth. So there's a lot of background where this is coming from, ignorance as well. They just don't know what they don't know. And that's, unconscious, incompetent. They don't know what they don't know. And part of it, excuse me, is not understanding the reach that the online has. Here's the fact of network marketing. If you decide to make this your either part-time, full-time, or big-time career in a home-based business, at some point, you're going to run out of people to talk to. So if you started this like I did 11 years ago with 81 names on my list, you're gonna run out of people. So you have two options, that's it, of going out there and getting in front of new people. Because if you're gonna be a classy networker, you're gonna be in phase one, recruiting new leaders and new customers into your organization every single month. To be in phase one, you're leading the team, you have moral authority, you're leading by example, the pace leaders, the pace the pack, okay? So in order to do this, you have two options. You either go online or offline. So if they don't know the online realm, it's terrifying. It's like, okay, how does somebody succeed? There's also a lot of fear here because of the risk to the company. So in many, let's talk about health-based companies, health and wellness companies. There's a lot of claims. We have a lot of people that start building online and they make crazy claims about their product, right? And this is really scary for a lot of companies because the FDA control social media and they can see. If you guys are, in a health and wellness company, just drop a number 2 below. I'd love to know how many of you guys are actually in health and wellness. That's my primary company. I'm in health and wellness as my network marketing. And so the FDA can actually look at all these different posts. So you want to make sure that if you're going to choose social media, that you're going to do it in a very classy way. You're going to protect your company. You're going to know what you can and cannot say. If you want to stick to a great rule of thumb, it's sticking with pain, energy, and sleep. Those are the type of testimonials that you can do. But I'm going to show you how to get around this here in just a second. So you're going to need to either build online or you're going to need to build offline. For me, I choose both. But, for the last, for previous 4.5 years, 4.5 of my last 6 years, I built tremendously. I did a lot of offline strategies. Now I do a lot more online. So online has its perks. You can reach so many more people. There's over 1 billion people on Facebook alone. The average person spends about 70 minutes a day on Facebook. So when you think about marketing, right? Network marketing, you market to a network. Why not go where people are going? Why not be where people are, naturally reaching them online? So the fact is of the matter, if you're an upline, I'm going to speak to you as the leaders. At some point, just listen to me. At some point, your people, they're going to run out of people to talk to. They're going to need to expand their list. You need to have a lead generation strategy for when that happens. And for me and for our team, we choose to teach some attraction marketing, some very basic methods that somebody can get in front of 5,000 people without even turning on a fan page. They don't even need a fan page. They don't need to spend anything on ads or anything like that. Okay, so the conversation with that upline. So this is if you're having that person that's in your support team, you want to honor them, you want to respect them, you're seeing great results, you don't want to burn the bridge, you don't want to act, arrogant and say, hey, I know something you don't know, but it can be a little bit tough because if you have that tension of you wanting to build online. So you got to have a conversation. Say, hey, Mary, I really, really appreciate you and your help and your support. I love the fact that you give so much to your team and that you're really, cautious. And I really appreciate that because I know that it's coming from a place that you want me to succeed, that you desire for me to be at your rank someday and you desire me to, go to the top. And I really, really love that about you. My desire is to reach as many people as possible about our incredible opportunity and products. So make that a fact, guys, when you're having the conversation. My desire is I want to reach the masses with our product and our opportunity. And the way that I desire to do that, the way that fits right for me and the skills that I want to learn is I want to learn the classy way to build online. I want to build a brand. And I believe that if I do this correctly, if I invest the next several years in pouring into my influence and my brand and my people, my community, and I add value to them, that I'm only going to bring exponential return and volume and leaders inside your organization. And I know that you're going to be cheering me on from the sidelines and say, you know, tell them you're committed. Tell them you want to reach people for the products and the opportunity. Tell them that your desire is to build a large income and a large, you know, database, you know, with this philosophy and with these techniques, and tell them how committed you are to do it long term. You know, say, hey, you don't need to do it along with me. I just ask that you support me and that you cheer me on. And will you do that? Will you do that? Will you cheer me on learning a new skill? Will you cheer me on trying something different that's going to go out and get, you know, tons of people? Because here's the thing, like if I had my choice of building online, so like doing attraction marketing, having people come to me, you know, posting online, doing Facebook Lives and like calling leads, cold calling, I'm going to be doing it online, okay? So you got to have the conversation, get their buy-in, and ultimately, you know, I just got to say, no matter what they say in return, you're an independent distributor. You're an independent representative. That means you're an entrepreneur. You can decide, okay, what do you want to do with this business? You know, how do you want to build it? This is up to you. Yes, you're 1099. Yes, you represent an incredible company, but it's your business. How can you build it in a way that is congruent with your body, your time, your soul, your energy, your emotions, your finances? So when I think about like becoming a class networker, it's doing your business without losing your family, your friends, or your soul. And I had to find ways that were totally congruent with my introverted ways, with my desire to build online, and my desire to not be in a different home every single night. Though I do really like home parties, I do, guys, but I do like being from home, and I love having this reach. Okay, so what's the strategy? So what's the right way to build online? Do you guys want the right way? You want a little bit of tips, little strategy? Drop a 3 below if you want my best tips. I mean, these are easy tips. These are beginner tips. This is not like some crazy Facebook PPC. If you want the strategies, drop a 3 below. And guys, share this. If I see you share it, I'm going to give you a little bit of a shout out, okay? So talking about the strategy, it is so important, guys. It is so important that you do social media right, that you do online marketing correctly. Because if you don't, then you're going to waste a lot of time and you're going to waste a lot of money. And time is money, really. It's the thing that we cannot get back. But I see people do it the wrong way. They get so distracted on so many different, you know, bunny trails. And I think that's another fear as well from your upline, is that you're going to get really distracted from the core thing. So I want to share with you guys that the strategy behind online marketing or internet network marketing or whatever you want to call it, or using social media to reach people, it's just a technique, okay? So there's techniques that vary from team to team, country to country, culture to culture, generation to generation. You know, some teams and cultures, they text message. Some teams, some cultures, they use Zoom. Some team and cultures use webinars. Some use home meetings. Techniques vary. Techniques vary, right? They change from time to time and culture to culture, but principles stay the same. So the principle, you have to ask yourself, what is the principle that is building your business? What is the principle that is putting new customers in, new distributors in, and driving volume forward? What is the principle? It's about doing the right thing. See, principles are true north. They're the compass, right? The compass doesn't change. We know the principles, they stay for the test of time. So the principle in our company is 15 presentations a month. It's going out there and sharing the company's story and teaching other people to share the company story. I mean, that's really all that we do. So you got to know your principles. The techniques is where it varies. So let's talk about the strategy. Number one is you got to add value. You got to add value to people's lives. The marketplace pays for value, and your value is determined by your skill. So how are you developing your skills, your talents, your value on a daily basis? You know, one thing I heard from Ray Higdon's personal branding event, which was pretty incredible event last weekend, is they talked about on social media being a DJ, not being a songwriter. So part of adding value in the beginning online, some people are like, where do I start? How do I start adding value to people? Well, where are you growing? What are you reading right now? What seminar are you going to? What are you listening to on Audible? Take what you're learning from the gurus in your life, from the mentors in your life, and then be a DJ. Put your spin on it, right? Put your perspective on it and share your, hey, I just read this from John C. Maxwell in the 21 Laws of Leadership. I was reading the Law of the Lid, and this is what spoke to me today. Add value to people's lives. You don't have to be an interruption marketer. You know what doesn't work on social media, guys? What doesn't work is interruption marketing. That is so 6-7 years ago, just posting every 5 minutes about your product, about your opportunity. That is the fast lane to defriendville. People will unfriend you so quickly. You're gonna be in the NFL club, no friends left, okay? So do not post. You wanna add value. Now I typically roll on the 80% value, 20% business, or about 90% value, 10% business. So 80-20, 90-10 is a really good ratio, meaning that 80 to 90% of the time, I'm not talking about my company. I'm not talking about our product. As great as it is, I'm adding value to somebody's life. So I'm sharing, knowledge. I'm sharing tips. I'm sharing something that's funny. I'm sharing my own personal experiences. I'm sharing my life. Right? Because this is your time to create your own little tribe, and people want to see, they want a little bit of a look into your life. They want to see, okay, you're on date night, you're going on a trip, you're going to a company seminar. Some people never travel. So share those things, right? Give them a little bit of a piece of your life, the things that you're interested in. Most of you guys know that I have bulldogs. So I post about my bulldogs, and not everybody cares about that, but the people that do, those are the people I want in my tribe. Okay? So add value to people's lives, comment on their stuff, give them recommendations. You guys have to do this a couple of times a day, at least 2 to 5 posts per day, okay? Now the next thing that you want to do is add 10 to 15 new people minimum to your network every single day online. So when you think about 10 to 15 new people on Facebook, that would be sending out 10 to 15 new friend requests. Now I don't have time today to share with you exactly, there's a whole nother training. If you guys want to see a training on social media and how to find new people, drop a number 4 below. So if you want a new training on how to find social media and how to find people out there, drop a 4 below, and I'll consider doing that as one of our lives or one of our webinars, okay? So 10 to 15 new people every single day you want to add to your network. If you have the same 1,000 friends and you're posting the same stuff every single day, and then you put that 10 or 20% business post, right? 80% value, 20% business. If you guys have the same people that you're marketing to, at some point, they're just going to stop responding. They're going to stop responding. They've already seen it. They've already made their decision. You're marketing to the same list. You got to get in front of new people. So I'm constantly shifting out a couple hundred old friends and adding in a couple hundred new friends. If people don't engage with me, if they're not active on social media, if they only play Candy Crush, they're gone. They are gone. 4. Yes, Sherry Doan has enrolled 40 people in the last 40 days. How has she done it? She adds over 15 people a day to her Facebook. The third strategy that you want to do is you want to find a mentor. So this is really important. The best way, one of the easiest ways to start creating success is just to do what people do. So if somebody is having success online, like we have created, 700 enrollments the last 6 years, you want to follow them. You want to be on their Facebook Lives. You want to do and mimic their posting. You don't have to copy it. I don't mind if you guys rip off and repeat my stuff. It never bothers me. You like one of my status updates? Rip off and repeat. I do not live in a lack of abundance mentality, guys. I do not live that way. Some people are so freaked out when you rip off their statuses. I'm like, oh, because, everything in the universe is new. There's nothing new. If it's new, it isn't true. And if it's true, it isn't new. All right? So rip off my stuff. Model somebody that you like. Model their, branding. Put your spin on it. Put your personality. But if you see that they're doing certain things, like if you see, they're doing a value, jab or jab, right hook, right hook. If you see them that's Gary Vaynerchuk, by the way. It's a good book. If you see that they're adding value, and then they do a business post, and then value, and then a business post, right? Jab, right hook. then you might want to follow the same thing, because obviously what they're doing is successful. So find a mentor, guys. I'm actually going to open up 5 spots this week into our Classy Networker program. It has been, we only opened it up for 1 week. We brought in about 50 students. If you want a spot in our Classy Networker, which is really one-on-one coaching with me, it's over, God, it's like 12 hours of social media, passion training, goal training, growing training, prospecting, closing, team building. If you want that type of training from me, do me a favor and comment, what are we on? Number 5 below, comment 5. And what I'll do is I will send you information of how to get into our Classy Networker program. You gotta find a mentor. You gotta have somebody that has what you want, and you gotta do what they do. So drop a 5 below if you're interested in Classy Networker, and we can talk. I've not opened up any students. I've had a couple of rare exceptions. I think I brought in like 3 people over the last several weeks that have begged me to get in. I'm like, listen, it's not open. Like, we closed it. Like, we opened it for a week. I sent out 2 emails on it. We brought in our 50 our 50 students, and then we closed it. So if you want access to it, drop a 5 below. I see you guys, and I will get you details of how to get into that community. And the last tip that I have for you, ultimately, at the end of the day, what you're doing online, if you're doing it successfully, you're building a list. You're building a list of people, a list of names that you're going to be able to go back to with value, with content, with your products and opportunity. Because here's the thing, what might be good timing for somebody is not good timing for somebody else. You know, there's many times that, you know, people had approached me about previous businesses that I was not open to at the time, but 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, I became open too. So as you build a list, guys, you're building up a database of people to drip on like a faucet that you can actually share. Say, hey, are you still looking for a business? Hey, are you, hey, come watch this Facebook Live, learn from me, and people will be attracted to you. It's about the going out there and adding more value to people's lives, and ultimately, if you do that enough, if you give people value, they're gonna wanna follow you. It won't even matter what company or product, you won't even have to tell them the company name. They're like, I just wanna be a part of what you are creating. So I hope this, guys, helps. I hope this, guys, helps. I hope this helps, guys. This is Facebook Live. You never know what's gonna come out of my mouth, I tell you. So if you are struggling with getting your upline support team leaders on board with building online, just understand where it's coming from. Understand some of the fears that they have. They don't know. That's okay. Maybe it's not culture there. Look at your policies and procedures. Make sure you're leading by example. Have the conversation and saying, hey, this is my desire. I don't need you to do it with me. I just want you to support me. And my goal is to build a massive team underneath you. And I know that is something you'd really like. And then create, guys, a great strategy. Find a mentor, add value to people's lives, and keep growing and keep learning. I believe that over the next several years that this will become mainstay. I mean, I build 90% of my business online. I build 90% through Facebook, through Zoom, through webinars, conference calls, of course, and it's awesome. You still got to have some offline. It really works. I've never met a networker that's done 100%, that's had a really fast, incredible, tight, and retentive team. You got to have events. You got to have, I love hotel meetings. They work. Meetings equals money. They work. But guys, you can go out there and reach thousands or hundreds of thousands or even millions of people through the power of social media. Guys, we're almost at 100,000 fans here on our fan page. If you haven't clicked like, please do so now. And share this video to your wall. I really appreciate you guys sharing this value. And if you have any more requests, let me know how I can help you. And drop a 5 below if you want a little bit more information on Classy Networker, and we will get that to you right away. Thanks, guys. God bless. Mwah.